Here I have a painting that I just recently did. It's a landscape. It's one in the style I enjoy doing the most, where I work down from very vague amorphous shapes, just blocking everything in, getting the values right to begin with, and the colors I'm just getting them down on canvas because I'm not really concerned with what the color is right now. It's just an indication of what it should be, and I'm not drawing anything real. I'm just blocking in all the major objects like trees and large masses of leaves. And here I just kind of picked a spot in the foreground. I didn't really plan on it. It just caught my eye, so I'm starting there. I'm not including hardly any detail. I've made some indications of grass with a smudge brush, and then I'm more concerned with the color temperature more than anything else. Getting those greens of the grass that tend more toward blue because they're in the shadow, and also maybe punching up the contrast a little bit. And now I've pretty much moved away from that to the middle ground, and this area is all in shadow. So it's the area that's completely only lit by a secondary light source, the blue of the sky. So everything in this area I know is going to be greens that tend toward blue. They're going to be very desaturated colors, and that's all I'm really thinking about. I'm not thinking of detail at all. Slight indications of leaves that would just give you the impression that they're clumps of leaves, that these are bushes and trees. And as I work my way back into the painting, these colors will be more desaturated, more bluish grays. Just give you that aerial perspective, make it feel like everything is receding. And doing the trees, same way, that they're all in shadow. So these trees look like they're just gray trees, which really what they are is desaturated yellows or desaturated oranges. And I'm just hitting the large areas of light and dark, just again, just an impression of bark, of branching. And as I move up in the canopy, where you have more of the sky breaking through, you'll notice that the colors become less muted. They're more saturated. You get more of the yellow greens, more of that translucent, that color, the light shining through leaves. And these are the kinds of things I think of is just the colors, the values, how they look in real life, and not worry about detail. Because like I said, I could work down from these very vague shapes and add as much or as little detail as I want to. And here I'm working on, let's see, the leaves, foreground. The leaves of the foreground trees that kind of hang down from the top of the picture, and it's just a blob of color. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm really concentrating on. Getting the value right, noticing that the light shining through the leaves, giving that translucent type of feel, and getting the contrast right. And the very last thing I do is I put in a few indication of leaves. But very few, not hardly any at all. And then in some branches and reflection, and putting in the warmer color where sunlight may be touching those branches. Finally, I'm in the background, and everything back there is the most diffuse, the most desaturated, the least amount of detail in the painting. So I'm just going through, kind of touching up trees a little bit, getting the shapes right, kind of fading out branches, losing edges, and just putting in those indications that would cause your brain to say, okay, this is a tree, this is a branch, these are, I could kind of make out leaves, and your mind fills in everything else. And over here, been doing the same process. This is still in the background. It's a little closer, so colors are more saturated. Just dabbing in lights and darks, and a few desaturated colors. Not a whole lot, but enough for that background that isn't really in the far background. And here, the trees. This is probably the most detail I put into this painting, and I didn't really put a lot of detail in. All I'm doing is making X's and Y's with my brush, and my brush is just a bristle, a wet bristle that has blending, and that's it, and a little bit of texture in the brush. And like I said, I'm just concentrating on getting the color temperature right of this tree. On the left, it's in shadow. The tree on the right is partially in shadow, and partially the sun is hitting it. So I got some warm colors in that tree, and in the tree on the left, I got predominantly the cool colors. You know, the greens. Basically, what a tree is just a desaturated orange or yellow, and you get the blue from the sky. Blue, yellow, blue, orange will give you this greenish type of desaturated green when those colors mix. And now I'm on to the star of the painting, the dandelions, the prima donnas, the ones who get the most attention and also who are the most short-lived. But they give it that little special something, little special pop. And all I did was got my airbrush, went in there with some light, kind of light grays, hit it with a bright white in the middle to give you that feeling of dandelion petals. So that's it. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.